Hey guys, Greg Medford, Medford Knife, and MKT USA. What's going on? It's Friday. I got the crate out of here yesterday. It has been, I don't know, about a 20-day odyssey getting our new booth ready, which I did mostly by myself, not to pat myself on the back, but I didn't want to pull anybody else off all the important stuff they're doing. So I basically made live edge hand-hewn tables, two 9-footers and a 16-footer all by myself. And I had folks help me flip tables around, but I ground them all down and hand sanded them and hand rubbed finish and all of that. It was a bit of a shit show. And then you make a 16-foot long table that weighs like 400 pounds. You need a hell of a crate for it. So we did that too. Now I'm wearing my hat backwards before anybody calls me out on appropriating black culture for being a punk. I'm wearing my hat backwards because if I turn it around forwards, my face is really dark in the video and everyone kind of guffaws a little bit. But I had hat cranium. That's when you're a shaved head guy and you've had a hat on, you get a little hat cranium. So to keep my hat cranium under control, I flipped my hat around backwards so you can see my chipper face. See, there's always stuff going on in the background. There's always things going on. Holy shit, you wouldn't believe the last 24 hours. The shit that's gone on in my life, you have no idea. Not the least of which was having to explain to somebody why they can't drop the N-bomb at work. I had to really explain that to somebody today, and I had to write them up. A reasonably, nice person. I had to explain why you can't drop the N-bomb at work. And in the middle of that, he said, "Can I make one point?" To which I said, "No! There is no point you can make in the middle of what I had to do right now." Back to the Tom Knifery. We're going to show you some knives headed out to DLT Trading to Paul Ejett at DLT. Where are they at again? Those are cards sitting out here.
Wisconsin.
They're in Wisconsin. And what's their website? Do you know?
DLTtrading.com.
DLTtrading.com. Usually, Mr. Lou would put out a little card for me that had the vital stats so that I could run through at 225 pounds and a reach of 5 feet 3 inches. All right, here we go, gang. Amy wants to drop in. I'm not going to go through and finger bang all these, but I'm going to let you guys know that he has a batch of the new Praetorian H coming.
Marauder-H.
I'm sorry, Marauder-H. This is a sexy knife. It's got, what's mainly different about it is it's all 3/16 dimensions. It's the way the knife should always have been. Some of these have got some wider edges. Some of these have got some narrower edges. They've got our sculpting and some lightning on them, done on them. Some of these are burnished and flamed. Some are not. But sexy, sexy, sexy. You will notice all the drop points are now S35 VN. And, oh, this is weird. Aren't those supposed to be... Oh, those over time, that'll be a little different, right?
This was the first batch, and some came through as S35 drop points, but the Tanto will be the S35 option.
So in the future, S35 Tanto is the only configuration you can get either the S35 or the Tanto blade in on the Marauder. And the drop point will always be 3V and get a coating usually. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so we've limited some choices. And guys are going to ask, why this or why that? So, well, the Marauder, this tip is a little more slender, and it's... I thought having this inherently not quite as resilient a nose as this guy will make this one out of the steel that's a little bit tougher, a lot tougher, which is PM3V. And then where the Tanto's got all this beneficial geometry, we'll make it out of S35 VM. So anyways, these are really sexy knives and a lovely configuration. This is some of the first ones. And you'll notice these guys, are these serialized or no?
Should be. Yeah,
so these blades are all serialized on here. So when you see our serial, the first number, this is 83-050. The first number is the last number of the year. The next number is that month of the year. It's the third month of the year. And 050, this means it was 50 of that batch, number 50. Off to the mid-size Marauder. And the mid-size Marauder is... kind of fast turning into one of my favorite knives. It's a really nice size. It's very pocket friendly.
Where's your MIDI?
I gave it to Jackie to go on this great adventure. So we've got a few of these here, and if, for those of you guys who've been hawking me for some of the older big edges, we've done a few of these for fun now. You'll see some of these big edges. Whenever you see this, it means it had kind of a tactical thickness. It was a slightly thicker blade, so we put a big white edge on it, which gives it a really keen edge and a really sexy look. And then you'll see kind of our standard, more of a civilian-oriented knife, which we make a lot of these days, that we brought it down to a bit keener, pre-sharpened edge before sharpening it. So blackout, tuxedo, black and blue, which is how those guys will... Black and blue, which is how those guys will be if they don't fucking come back with the hatchet buried on Tuesday. This is a Slim Matey, one of my favorite knives we've ever made. It's just a play on the Marauder design, but you can see so much thinner than the mid-sized Marauder. So this is our all 1/8 inch material configuration. This is our all 3/16 configuration. If you look down here, you'll see in 2018, besides the 6-gun hardware, we started making all tie 1/87s, and the price reflects that. Praetorian T, left-handed Praetorian T, holy shizzle. Great looking knife. Some Praetorian Genesis G's in various different configurations. Some micro Praetorians, which has always been a great seller for us. All these you're going to see have serial numbers on the handle, on the exterior, and on the blade. An Eris, and a couple more Slim Middies. Just sexy, sexy knives. A blackout. What do we call this one? This one should have been black hardware, reverse tuxedo, but it's sexy the way it is.
That's how he ordered it.
Yeah, okay. And then a black and blue. So, you know, just a couple things to keep in mind. This serializing that you're seeing coming along, we're going to do some matching numbers, but generally speaking, you're not going to get matching numbers. It's an in-house quality control issue and accountability issue, less than it is a collectability issue. We're also going to be doing some what we call matching numbered sets. Matching number sets, those will be available to our Praetorian Club members, and they'll be knives that we kind of reserve off to the side because we know there's some like kind of collector zeitgeist around matching numbers, just like there is with cars. So, but that will not be typical, and you can't order a matching number knife, or you can't put in the notes, my knife needs to have matching numbers or anything like that. It ain't gonna happen. But it's in-house quality control. You'll be able to tell what year, what month your parts were made, as well as the blade, and it allows us to know what generation your stuff is if it ever comes back in for service, or it also, this is gonna be a real pain in the ass for the Chinese knockoffs of our stuff to have serialization on them. It'll drive them batshit crazy. It's really hard to cut. It gets really expensive to copy stuff and serialize it. Serializing is a pain. So that's what's going on. And don't forget to check into medforduniversity.com. medforduniversity.com. Register, sign up, go through the 10 videos, and you'll be able to get on the Centurion Club and get in for some collectible matching number knives, some first runs, some one-offs. We have social gatherings at Blade Show this year. We're having a private dinner on us for our Centurion Club members. We have a big gathering here next year during the Monkey Muster weekend. And we've got a lot of cool stuff going on. So be a part of it. It's a way to get some kind of behind-the-scenes access and a little more personal touch that a lot of guys want. And to be exceedingly well-informed on your high-end purchase. So anyways, Craig Medford from Medford Knife and MKT USA. Amy on the camera. Jason lurking in the background with a knife stabbing the shower curtain. I'm out!